Welcome to Valuing Our Volunteers, a conversation with Dubh Ghall. Fingal Community Development team works closely with volunteers across many organisations in the county who contribute their time, skills and experience to make their communities a better place to live in. This podcast is a way to let our volunteers know that we value their commitment and thank them for the important work they are doing. Today we are meeting with Mark Gibney and Lesleyann Flynn, who volunteer with Dubh Ghall and who partner with Fingal County Council's COVID Community Response Forum to assist at-risk members of the public in accessing non-emergency and non-medical support such as shopping during the current public health emergency. The GAA have a great history of volunteering and helping the community. Mark, was this something you always thought was important?
The committee decided that we're supposed to be a community-based club, and you're only going to get anywhere with the support of your community. So we decided that we were going to be heavily invested both on the pitch and off the pitch in the community. Now, once the child is busy and active, it's good for everybody in the community. We don't want everybody just playing Gaelic. Obviously, we'd like to, but that's not going to happen, you know. And then the family fun day led on to Mayfest, which was is one of the proudest things we're involved in community-wise. Apart from the shopping, was a big thing for me personally.
Could you tell me more about what the club did and is still doing for the community in terms of the food shopping?
It's the people that are not around me, but around Baldoyle that make it happen. I mean, for the food shopping, we had 50 volunteers. Like, I mean, some days we're doing 20. I think 25 shops was the most shops we did in one day. I stopped counting after 350 shops after the first couple of weeks. I mean, and it's gone on since then. A very proud moment for me was when Ingrid Ryan was stopped in the supermarket in Super Value. The manager said to Ingrid that the Sutton branch was the number one branch in the whole of Ireland for delivering shopping, and that wasn't just us. That was Neighbour Oak and Benana, between the three clubs, and we covered a very big area. But he said, they have to realise there's about 1,600 GA clubs in Ireland. The Dubh Ghall and the most home deliveries out of the whole of Ireland. And we didn't set out to set that target. We just set out to make sure people in our area were looked after, and you know, and had what they needed, and they didn't go without, and they weren't nervous. The shopping is still going on to this day. An awful lot of the people that have done the shopping have just built up relationships with the people they were doing the shopping for. So now they kind of look after them. The friendships have grown, and it led to the community tales.
Lesleyann, how did you get involved in the food shopping?
I got involved with the food shopping through, I think Susan sent out a text message, and it must have just been to the whole, whoever was on the WhatsApp group for the GAA. And it was something then that I jumped on straight away. I said, absolutely, I want to help. I want to feel useful at a time when I think a lot of people were in shock. It was like one day we were in work, and next of all, it was, no, we're closing and everyone has to go home. Everyone has to work from home. Children can't go to school. Children can't go to sport. Their after school activities. Children can't have play dates. Children can't go to the playground. It was just one thing after the other, bang, bang, bang. And I felt for myself personally, I felt shocked, and then I felt really useless, and I wanted to help, but I wanted to get involved and do something within the community to help. And absolutely, when that text came through, I responded straight away and said I wanted to help.
Were there other initiatives that came out of COVID that you would like to mention?
We put a post up on Facebook saying that if anybody needed any help or anything, let us know, as we have a member on every street. And it led to the development of a street ambassador program with a lovely lady called Fiona. The program was very simple. One person would take charge for their road. They wrote a letter out just to say, hi, I'm such and such and live at this number if you need any help or anything. And they just dropped the letters in to the doors, and it brought an awful lot of people together, just on their own street, not trying to do it the whole of Baldoyle, but just on their own street. People got reconnected with each other. In fact, the program was so good, it got rolled out. It was taken on board by certain councils in the UK that rolled it out on their streets. So it just, little ideas just can go a long way sometimes. But that was another great thing to hear of during the lockdown, when people were in despair. People were looking for new ways to help people out. For me, that was another great thing that came from a dark time.
What do you think the shopping meant to you and the people you helped?
The shopping is one part of it, really. The communication, the socialization part for them, the meeting somebody on a weekly basis, having, I think one day I was standing on their doorstep for an hour just chatting, and I was the only person they would see each week for that chat. They were afraid to go outside. They were afraid to do their shopping. They needed somebody just to chat to. So although it was shopping and providing them with an essential service, it was also about keeping in touch with people, and that for me was the biggest reward, really, was that I knew that I was doing something very small but very helpful.
Thank you both so much for sharing your stories and experiences, and for the great work that you and the club are doing. Is there anything you would like to say to finish the podcast?
I'd just like to say thank you to all the committee members, all the parents that are involved in coaching, the parents that help out around the club, because without these people, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. And not only just our own club members, but the people in the community that helped out with the shopping and the May Fest and everything else that helps make Baldoyle a success. I would say thank you to them, and thanks to the people that came before us.
Thank you for listening to Valuing Our Volunteers podcast, which was produced by Fingal County Council Community Development Office.